This video is going to focus on color correction. We'll start by explaining what color correction is, then when to apply it, how to apply it, and then a recommended color correction workflow within DaVinci Resolve. Color correction involves a few things. It's first adjusting the level of your highlight, which is your lightest parts of the video, your shadows, which is the darkest parts. It's also adjusting the colors to try and make them all as true as possible to where and when the video was originally shot. Color correction can be applied at the beginning of your editing stage to try and have a bit more consistency of footage from different places. It can also be applied at the end of the editing stage when you're ready to finalize your actual look of your video, or it can be a bit of the two, where you do a quick color correction at the beginning just to get that consistency and know that what you're working with is close to how it'll look at the end. And then you can either undo or work further on the color correction at the end stage before you get to exporting your video. So this is the area within DaVinci Resolve dedicated to color correction. So the edit timeline is ordinarily here. Just move over to the color tab, and then we're given this presentation here. So the main things to cover first is we've got our viewer mode, and we will in fact use a couple of different modes with the viewer mode, but the main one is just the output the video, or the video that you're currently doing some treatment to. There's an overall bypass button which is up here, which is really useful just to check you're going in the best direction for the treatment. The Shift and D key command will turn that on and off for a quick adjustment, and each of the clips can be selected. Now, by default, there's a thing called nodes, and this is basically a block of processing. Now, for the more advanced aspects of color correction and then color grading, which is where you put a stylized color kind of treatment onto something, you may have more than one node just to keep the separate parts of the process separate. We're not going to go into doing anything with nodes. It's far too advanced for the premise of what we're going to do. However, if you want to just turn off the treatment per clip, you can just disable the node by turning it on and off here. So rather than a global bypass, you can do it per clip too. So same kind of thing, we've got the option of a clip, we've got the option to scrub and find the best frame to work on. And this is kind of how color correction works. You find the best averaged part of the picture and you use that as your reference point as you're starting to do the treatment itself. When it comes to white balancing, you have a few different options. There's an automatic mode, which is here. If I press the A key, it will automatically check the balance of everything in the still that I've chosen for this particular video and then adjust accordingly. If that's not getting you, towards what you want, you have an eyedropper tool here, which can be placed on something white. Now here, I can try and go for the zipper, but if I instead go for the clips I did with the white sheet, which is my white reference point instead, I can use the eyedropper tool and just drop that on there. If you get it wrong, you'll know pretty quickly, because you get a completely different tint or color that's added to, or what we call the temperature of the white balance. So we've got a reset tool, which is per control in this palette section, and we've got a global reset too, which will reset all these different things. So I can undo, but I can also just press the reset buttons, especially if I've gone far down the line and I just want to flatten everything out again. So let's just do a white balance point on that and move to the B cam and do a white balance point on that as well. Now, if I want to take this white balance setting that I've got from this clip and apply it to the other footage that's from the same perspective or shot on the same day and so on, I can take a still from it and then use that as a reference point of all the settings of treatment for that still and then apply that to other clips. So I'm just going to go to the gallery mode in the top left first, and then make sure I've loaded in the clip, and then choose to grab a still. Go to the next one and then choose to grab a still as well. Then what I can do is select my next clip and then choose to apply grade, and that you'll notice the color icon or the color around the number of the clip has just changed to a multicolor, which means that some color correction has been applied. So again, I'm going to go for that one. So highlight that video and then choose to apply grade, and then this one has been altered as well.